Hello, my name is Sarah Wassel, and I'm doing my book report on Goodnight Moon
by Margaret Wise Brown, pictures by Clement Hurd. The recommended age range for Goodnight Moon is at least 2 years or older.
And it is all about your great green room and saying goodnight. Sorry, wrong page. Your great green room and saying goodnight to all of the things inside of it before you go to bed. So the first question that I wanted to answer before I give my review is two open-ended questions that I would use for my book. So the first one would be to tell me the things you like to say goodnight to. Like in your own personal experience, what things you say goodnight to before you go to bed as a child. And the second one, what did you like and what didn't you like from the Great Green Room?
Okie dokie, let's start reading through the book. Goodnight Moon by Margaret Wise Brown, pictures by Clement Hurd. In the great green room, there was a telephone, and a red balloon, and a picture of the cow jumping over the moon, and there were 3 little bears sitting on chairs. And 2 little kittens, and a pair of mittens, and a little toy house, and a young mouse. And a comb, and a brush, and a bowl full of mush, and a quiet old lady who was whispering, "Hush." Good night, room. Good night, moon. Good night, cow jumping over the moon. Good night, light and red balloon. Good night, bears and good night, chairs. Good night, kittens and good night, mittens. Good night, clocks and good night, socks. Good night, little house, and good night, mouse. Good night, comb, and good night, brush. Good night, nobody. Good night, mush. And good night to the old lady, whispering, "Hush." Good night, stars. Good night, air. Good night, noises everywhere.
And that was Goodnight Moon. I hope everybody that watches this video really enjoyed the book. I personally grew up in this book. I always absolutely loved it. It's very colorful. It's got references to, some other storybooks that I used to love. The vocabulary in it is really fun. Just the symbolism of all of it. I always loved this book a lot as a child, and I still love this book to this day, and I hope everybody feels the same way. In my opinion, the theme of this book is your bedroom being like a comforting, like warm, safe space for you to, to go around and say goodnight to all your objects, and you've got the nice lady to rock you to sleep, and you've got all your favorite books and mittens and socks, and it's just having a comfortable space that is just yours, and the importance of that, and also just the importance of telling stories and talking to the things that you care about and being polite and recognizing the things that you care about, because I think that's very good and important for children to have practice in and understand. But that was Goodnight Moon, again by Margaret Wise, pictures by Clement Hurd. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this book forever. It's literally my favorite. Gonna read it to my kids someday, I hope. Yeah, have a wonderful day and an amazing weekend. Goodbye. Mwah.